Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of January 12th through January 18th. Before we get into the cards here, I do want to touch on a little bit of some astrological influences for you over this next week. First of all, the first thing that happened is actually today on January 11th. This is the date that I'm recording this video. It's not really part of next week, but you're feeling the influence, okay? What happened today is that the lunar nodes transitioned transitioned to Pisces, the north node, and the south node went into Virgo. And what this is that it's going to stay in these signs for the next 18 months. And it's going to put an emphasis on integrating spirituality and practicality. Now, this shift kind of takes place within your sign, so this is really significant. This could be a total personal transformation for you. And it's highlighting personal growth and self-discovery in the pursuit of your true path, North Node. Okay? Your opposing sign of Virgo, South Node, that's more of past life, past karma, it could even be the parts of the past in this lifetime. But it is karmic things that really need to be rectified. Okay? Now, this period is encouraging you to embrace your creativity, your inner creativity, your compassion, your intuition, and steering you towards fulfilling your highest purpose. We also have the full moon in Cancer on January 13th. That's on Monday. And that's in your 5th house of creativity, romance, self-expression. And it may bring some heightened emotions or emotions that have built up over time and finally coming to the surface. It's a time to celebrate your creative projects, deepen romantic connections, or gain some clarity on matters of the heart. You may feel a surge of inspiration, making it an ideal moment to express yourself authentically and embrace happiness, joy. Okay? We also have Venus conjuncting Saturn on January 18th. And this is also in Pisces, your first house, your house of self, your own sign. Okay, and this is kind of focusing on the importance of commitment and responsibility in your personal relationships and your own self-worth. You may feel a desire to define your values, establish boundaries, or make long-term plans that reflect your true self. Now, while this transit can bring a little bit of a serious tone to it, and as far as matters of the heart, it's also bringing an opportunity to build lasting, meaningful relationships here. Mars is retrograde in Cancer, and this is like an ongoing transit right now. I have not looked up when this transit was going to end. I should have, but I didn't. But this is in your 5th house, and you might experience some delays or the need to reassess creative projects, romantic endeavors, or leisure activities. This period it's like a good time for introspection, refining your passions, addressing any underlying tensions in the romantic department, and approach these particular areas with patience, being open to navigate this transit effectively. Okay. We have the sun in Capricorn right now until January 19th. So this whole week it's still going to be in Capricorn. But next weekend it will transition into Aquarius. Now, The sun currently is in your 11th house of friendships. And so that kind of highlights your friendships, your social groups, even your aspirations. And your focus is to be on your connections, your long-term goals. Good time for collaborating with other people, particularly in your social groups. 11th house is not necessarily your work. That's more 10th house or 6th house energy. This is more about your leisure, your good time, your friends, okay? And this is about engaging in, maybe certain social group activities. Aligning your ambitions with your core values. Now, you're being advised kind of here to use this time to strengthen your social bonds and work towards your dreams. Throughout this week, you're being encouraged to embrace that personal growth, express creativity, build meaningful connections, focus on your self-discovery, and aligning with your higher purpose. And this will open the doors for fulfillment in the months ahead. Okay, with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into your cards. I'm just going to call them out, and then I am going to go into the interpretations. Okay, let's see what oracle cards come out. Okay, so the oracle cards, right out the gate, you've got the eye. Eye represents envy, and it can also be the eye of protection. Makes me wonder if, that reassessment of the social groups in the astrology, if there are some envious people in those groups. Then we have the old man, which is inheritance, and it is a male, masculine energy. So in your groups, maybe there's some kind of inheritance that comes to you or had come to you that put you in a better financial position, and there's some envious people in your environment that you might need to be mindful of. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. I did do some pre-shuffling. Go ahead and get the tarot cards. Energy of the week. It's the Two of Pentacles. I'm not reading reversals. Opportunity is the Knight of Cups. That there is talking to me about invitations, social gatherings, and deepening connections. Now the challenge. Five of Cups. Why am I not surprised? Your guidance is the world. And your outcome is actually pretty positive with this Nine of Cups. But I think that is hinging on the challenge here with the regrets, the remorse, dwelling on things of the past that may have been lost that you need to overcome. Okay, under the deck, we do have death. Now, I typically don't read death as a literal death, but here that might apply. Only because it's not predicting a death, talking about one that may have occurred because of that inheritance card. Okay, then you got the Four of Cups, which is making me think of the jealousy. That the Star card, you being in the spotlight, you being in a different, better place, better position because of somebody taking care of you after their passing. And we got the Lover's card. That's that collaboration. That's that partnership energy. That is also about choices and decisions here. Okay? Now, let's start with your energy of the week. Okay. Two of Pentacles. The energy of your week. The Two of Pentacles, it represents balance, adaptability, that managing priorities. Sometimes you get the back and forth energy sometimes you feel like you're getting caught in that infinity loop. And you're trying to balance things. It's also about going back and forth in certain decisions. And it's kind of being echoed over here in the shadow energy under the deck. Okay. And you might find yourself juggling responsibilities. So you need to make sure that you don't take on more than what you can handle, what you can manage. There's a sense of navigating emotional and financial dynamics. This card is kind of encouraging you to find the equilibrium between the external demands, like your social gatherings, your social dynamics, your friendships, and that your internal needs, emphasizing the importance of staying guarded and protecting yourself here. Okay? So you might be doing a juggling act here this week. Now, the inheritance part may not be for everybody. It may simply be, if it's not inheritance, you might have had somebody elderly or older than you, wise, giving you advice, may even giving you some financial backing, some financial help, or something like that. Okay? That allowed a great transformation to happen in your life. But some people aren't happy about it. I just got to say that. Okay? Because not every Pisces is going to have somebody who may have passed away this recently, or even in the past year. But for some, that is the case. And there's a sense of jealousy of what was left to you. That same jealousy could imply, if it's not somebody who has passed away and left you an inheritance in their will, perhaps you have gained favor with somebody that's almost like a father figure, and there is jealousy within the family or other people in the environment, in the community, that is really jealous of that. But bring me to the next point, your opportunities this week with the Knight of Cups. It's, like I said, invitations, deepening connections, some kind of maybe even an opportunity of emotional expression. You have the opportunity this week to engage in meaningful social groups, social outings, or to build stronger bonds with your friends, with your family. And this card kind of invites you to embrace romantic gestures as well. That you might have an opportunity at a new relationship or being asked out on a date of some sort. And possibly embracing some creative and your empathic side. Fostering connections that kind of align with yourself, with your emotions, with your core values. But you're being met with certain challenges here that involve that regret or loss, dwelling on the past, as I mentioned before. And dwelling on the past can hold you back to that expansion, that emotional expression, that potential of romance. This could be, even if it's not romantic, but getting out amongst friends. And what might be stopping you is a sense of mourning of a loss, especially those who have lost a father figure or an uncle, a grandfather, somebody very close to you. Okay? But there is that sense of loss and that holds you back from the past, that you might be struggling with letting go of those emotional wounds and struggling with trying to focus on what remains. You're focused on what was lost instead of what still remains. That is your challenge this week. And it's highlighting the need to overcome feelings of remorse or disappointment in order to fully embrace the opportunities represented by the Knight of Cups and even the Nine of Cups here. Okay? Now, your guidance is the World card. The World card represents cycles, completion, and represents a sense of fulfillment, new beginnings. Now, you're being guided to embrace closure. Okay? Letting those old, closing those old chapters and celebrating growth and accomplishments instead of the old painful chapters here. And it's reminding you that you have the strength and the wisdom to move forward with confidence, stepping into a new cycle with purpose. Okay? I feel that the advice is saying you have something new opening up here. Somebody is moving towards you, but you have to close an old cycle, close it out, move away from the past, stop dwelling on the past, because if you do that, you have the Nine of Cups, the potential of the Nine of Cups here. What is the Nine of Cups? It is the wish fulfillment card. And you got to hear twice. You got a double whammy here. The Star card and the Nine of Cups here. Twice! I think Spirit is putting an exclamation point on this. Okay? And you have the potential for emotional fulfillment, happiness, achieving certain goals. And yes, you have it within you to overcome the emotional challenges of the Five of Cups and focus more on the opportunities and finding yourself in a place of contentment and joy by the end of the week. Now we're going to take a look at these shadow cards. I kind of touched on them a little bit, but the Death card is transformation and endings. So something here came to an end at some point that is still affecting you today. And I think this week is overcoming that, getting past that, moving past that, closing that chapter. But this, instead of looking at it as a loss, look at it as a transformation. Okay? Letting go of the old ways and embracing new beginnings. The Four of Cups here is the apathy card. It is a dissatisfaction. It is kind of being encouraged to shift your focus from what's lacking to what's available and avoiding missed opportunities. There is an opportunity coming that if you stay stuck in your past and stuck in old ways, instead of embracing the transformation and closing out that cycle, ending that cycle, you could miss something. That is a potential here, which kind of turns that Nine of Cups, even though I don't read reversals, into an upside, into a reverse Nine of Cups of not realizing that wish fulfillment. Okay, but I also see this as definitely see a jealous energy surrounding you, even in these shadow cards. Somebody is not happy with what you have received or are receiving. In a case of romantic partnerships, somebody may be jealous of that. Maybe it's an ex, your ex, or somebody else's ex. Not happy that a cup is being offered to you. that you are somebody's shining, you are somebody's star now. Somebody's mate, or you could even be encountering a soulmate connection. Okay? There's a lot of hope, and you are being in the spotlight in somebody's eye. We got the eye card. Somebody had their eye on you, and you are in their spotlight. Somebody has you in their sights. Okay? And the Lover card, decisions, partnerships, choices. And that's going to play a key role in this week's energy. Now, you're going to be navigating a very transformative week and balancing out emotional and social dynamics. You're going to need to stay grounded, and there are opportunities to deepen meaningful connections or having invitations come towards you. But you're being warned against dwelling on the past disappointments, and being encouraged to embrace closure, focusing on what lies ahead instead of what was lost in the past. And by following that, the Nine of Cups promises emotional fulfillment, personal satisfaction, and if you can release the past and fully engage the present. And these shadow cards further emphasize the transformative energy with the Death card. And being mindful of your decisions and encouraging you to trust the process, lean into growth and healing, and be on the lookout for somebody that has you in their sights. I think that they're going to make themselves known to you this week. So I hope you found this helpful and useful. I thank you for watching. I love you all, Pisces, and I will see you next Sunday, because I will have all the Zodiac signs released at the same time Sunday morning. Until next time, bye.